Welcome everyone to our top 10 TVC most wanted. This week is Empire Strikes Back. Check out last week where we covered Star Wars Episode 4. As always then, it's Martin's top 10 as he's the TVC collector. And if you don't know, we've set the rules that he can't pick one that's already been produced in TVC, even if the figure needs an update. And he won't be picking any of the original 96 because we expect to get them at some point anyway. Martin, how did you get on picking for Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, this one was really, really hard actually, because obviously, how many thousands of times have we seen the movie? But when you actually, dig into it to try and think of which characters would I like, pretty much a good, I'd say 50%, maybe more portion of the movie is the characters on their own, either on Dagobah or in deep space. So there's not a huge amount of background characters or secondary characters to choose from, but that did make it a bit more of a challenge, so I did enjoy it, and I think I picked out some good ones. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going through this top 10.
Brilliant. Well, let's hear it then. Empire Strikes Back, number 10.
Okay, number 10, a cult favourite, Wilro Hood. Now, I'm sure everybody's watching this knows exactly who Wilro Hood is, but for those who don't, Wilro Hood is the chap in the jumpsuit who's running through Cloud City when Lando makes the announcement that the Empire have taken over the city, and he's carrying under his arm one of the Camtonos, which is obviously actually an ice cream maker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's a cult classic character, and I think they even have a thing at Celebration where people all dress up as him and run across the convention floor. It's kind of like a thing that they do. So yeah, he's quite a favourite. So I'd love to see him on a TVC card back.
Imagine being that character. I wonder what he thinks, the actor who played that guy, or the extra who played that guy, because it's probably not even an actor, is he?
I don't know. I'm probably not, no.
Unlike your number 9 pick, then.
Okay, number 9. Now, this chap is quite a famous actor. He's been in a lot of, well-known sitcoms, and the character's name is Bren Derlin, and is obviously played by John Ratzenberger, who everybody will probably know as Cliff from Cheers.
Or the man in every Pixar film that's ever been made.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. He doesn't have much to do in the film, to be honest with you, but it's Cliff from Cheers, so I want to see him in a rebel outfit, and I think on a card back, and as a figure. So yeah, I think he'd make a great card back in the vintage collection. So yeah, number 9, Bren Derlin.
Excellent. Number 8 then.
Number 8, I have gone for K3PO. Now, K3PO is the white protocol droid in Echo Base. You see him in a few scenes in the background, walking around and things like that. But then as the Empire has sort of invaded the city, there's a great shot of him where he's been shot and he's got like a blast hole in his chest. I did try and find the image of that and couldn't find it anywhere, but right. Yeah, there's he's just basically a C3PO but white, essentially. But I don't think we've ever had a white C3PO, not that I've ever owned anyways. I'm sure he's been released. Most figures have been released, but it's not one that I've ever owned. And I think the white protocol droid on a TVC card back, I'm going to pick that up straight away if I see that. So yeah, K3PO number 8.
Fair enough. Number 7 then.
Okay, number 7. You'll probably be surprised that this is number 7 because you'd probably know in your love for this character or this person in general. It's General McQuarrie, and it was basically a cameo that Ralph McQuarrie made in The Empire Strikes Back, again as a rebel soldier at Echo Base. Again, he was just in the background. Again, I think when we did a previous series, the prequel 96, we chose Boba Fett actor Jeremy Bulloch as one of our prequel 96 characters because he was sort of in the Revenge of the Sith, and this is kind of the same to me. Ralph McQuarrie brought so much to Star Wars in terms of the visual look that he deserves to be on a TVC card back. And again, it'd be an easy sculpt to make because they've already made the Rebel soldier. They just need to change the head, perhaps throw in a few different accessories. So yeah, I'd love to see General McQuarrie number 7.
Good pick. Number 6.
Number 6, one of my favourite background characters, Captain Nida.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, he doesn't come to a pleasant end when he lets the Millennium Falcon escape, but you know, we've already got the sculpt for the Imperial officer now, thanks to Joff Gerard and Admiral Piet from Return of the Jedi cards that we had a year or so back. So, you know, again, it's just an easy case of putting on Captain Nida's head on the card. But there's a great card back image that you could use, where he sort of turned away from the window of the Star Destroyer bridge. You know, asking, you know, no ship that small's got a cloaking device. You know, it would be great, and I love the Imperial officers in general in the films, because they're all cannon fodder to Vader. So yeah, number 6, Captain Nida.
No, nice. That is your first 5 of the top 10, I should say. Let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to put your top choice down there as well. Let's move on to your top 5 then.
Okay, we have another Imperial officer, and this one is Admiral Ozzel, who also doesn't particularly come to a good end when it comes to interactions with Darth Vader, but probably deservedly so in this case, because he was a bit of a bumbling idiot. But yeah, this was the chap, the actor. I forget his name, but he played Mr. Bronson in Grange Hill. And he was
wow.
he also played Hitler in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So he's got a bit of a Lucasfilm background, but yeah, I mean, you've got to have Admiral Ozzel on a TVC card back, as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's quite a funny character in terms of how bad he is at being an admiral. So yeah, number 5, Admiral Ozzel.
Fair enough. Number 4 then.
Yeah, I'm going through this list now, and I'm realizing I put a lot of officers on this list from, you know, whether they be the Rebellion or the Empire. But number 4, General Riecken, obviously the leader of the Rebellion on Echo Base. Princess Leia's number 2. I actually met Bruce Bower, who played General Riecken in real life, and got his autograph 25 plus years ago. And you know, he was a really, really great chap, you know, and I chatted to him for ages. So, you know, there's a bit of that to do with this, but again, he's a character. He's got a big speaking part in the movie. He's quite a pivotal character, so I think he needs to be in the vintage collection. So yeah, number 4, General Riecken.
Fair enough. Number 3 then.
Number 3. Now, this one's kind of I don't know if people will agree with me on this one, but Princess Leia at the end of The Empire Strikes Back, on the bridge of the medical frigate, with Luke and R2 and 3PO, and she's wearing an all white outfit, and it's fairly similar, but not the same as the one she wore in A New Hope for most of the film.
Yeah.
But you know, different hairstyle, etc. But yeah, the end of The Empire Strikes Back for me is such a iconic scene where the camera pans away from the window of the medical frigate, and you see the 4 of them standing there. And I've always liked that scene. So, and I've always wanted to have that figure of Princess Leia in that outfit. So yeah, that's my number 3 pick. Kind of a weird one, I know, and I don't see it on many people's lists when I look at March Madness and stuff like that. But you know, this is my personal list, and you know, just my opinion. But yeah, number 3, Princess Leia in the medical frigate outfit.
Okay. Number 2. What's your number 2 pick?
Okay, number 2 is Zev Seneska, and he's a snowspeeder pilot from The Empire Strikes Back on Hoth, obviously. Yeah. And he's the pilot that is searching for Luke and Han when they, you know, Han's gone out to find Luke. And you know, Echo Base, I found them. Repeat, I found them. He's that rebel pilot.
Got you.
Yeah, you know, again, he has a quite a large speaking role in terms of what he is in the film and all his scenes. So, you know, again, it's difficult with the Empire because there wasn't a huge amount of characters, and I probably have missed some. But again, he's one of those characters that did pop in my mind that I would want on a top 10 list of vintage collection figures, and I think the card back would be awesome with him. So yeah, number 2, Zev Seneska.
Fair dues. Right then. This is the top pick. Let's hear your number 1 for Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, no, I don't want to get any hate mail from anybody for this number 1. This is a personal choice, and I've always found this quite funny, that at the end of The Empire Strikes Back, Lando and Chewie are in the Falcon, and all of a sudden Lando's wearing Han's clothes. So there's always been that joke for 40 plus years that, you know, Han wasn't about, so Lando went into his closet and, you know, stole his clothes, and you see him wearing, like, you know, the waistcoat that Han would have worn on the cockpit, and as he's talking to Luke and Leia. So for that reason, and I do actually like the outfit, I think it looked great on a figure and on a card back, and it'd be great in the vintage collection to have that image of him and Chewie sort of talking on the communicator on the Falcon. It would look really, really nice. So for that reason, I've gone for number one, Lando Calrissian medical frigate outfit. That's what I've called it anyway. So I know that's kind of a bit out there, and there's probably people shouting at the screen right now, but personal choice, as I say. It's one that I've always wanted, and yeah, so yeah, number one.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm not going to agree. My pick from this list is not going to be Lando Calrissian. What should I go with? Zev Sineska, I think. I think that's a good shout. I always liked those the snow speeders when I was watching Empire, so I think that's going to be my choice. Cool. Then we always do a vehicle. Let's have one from this film.
Yeah, see, I could have sworn the vintage collection had brought out a snow speeder. I couldn't find an image of one anywhere, but I'm certain they brought one out. So I didn't pick a snow speeder because that would have been the one I would have picked. But I'm certain, and if I'm wrong,
was going to be my question actually to you.
Yeah.
If that was there.
If I am wrong, then please put it in the comments. But I'm certain vintage collection have done it. But because I know they haven't done this one, I've decided to go for the TIE Bomber. Because again, what a great looking ship that is, you know, with the double pods on it. It'd be great. I'd love to see that in the vintage collection. Obviously, wouldn't open it; it would stay in the box. But it would look, the image on the box would look great because they just, you know, do it the old Kenner way. It would be great. So that's my pick for vehicle, TIE Bomber.
Okay. Well, interesting. I can see that from this list that you did struggle to pick 10. But yeah, hopefully, you know, you all agreed with Martin's picks. I'm not sure if you did, so let us know in the comments below. And is it time that Martin started collecting some vehicles? Let us know that too in the comments section. And whilst you're there, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be back next week to discuss Return of the Jedi. See you later.
Bye.